Hi everyone. So today we will be talking to Maha, as you saw her already in her farm, and we introduce our equestrian road to an Arabian world. So we would like to ask, because Maha is also a cow national judge in judging in Arabians, straight Egyptians, right? Horses. So it can be not only straight Egyptian horses, or it can be any Egyptian.
No, as a judge, you judge any show. You know, it can be Polish, Russian, pure breed of an area. You know, like the Bahraini purebred, the Middle East purebred, or even the side of Morocco, Libya purebred, their own bloodlines.
Yes, because you are breeding yourself the pure Egyptian.
Straight Egyptian,
yes, straight Egyptian.
So this is my stud, but as a judge, you're judging the horse as a whole. You know, so you have to be have a bit of knowledge about each breed, each bloodline, their characteristics, so you can manage well with the classes.
Yes, okay. And as far as I know, the Egyptian or the Arabian, sorry, not Egyptian, but the Arabian horses, it's one of the oldest breeds in the world. So is it?
It is actually true. You know, if you look at it, all the books and all the references explains that it is one of the oldest breeds in the world, and it had an effect even on other breeds. You know, like many other breeds, like the thoroughbred, for example.
Yes.
If you look at the roots, many of it comes to the Arabian
horses. Yeah.
What you could track back is like even horses were all over the world. Like in the pharaonic period, you see them on temples.
Yes.
But whether we are talking about an Arabian, a pure Arabian, I think the records could go back to the beginning of the Islamic wars, when they were spreading the Islam on horses,
Okay.
and they moved them from the Middle East. I'm sorry. And along all the different countries, to Egypt, to the north of Africa,
Okay.
Till Morocco, till Spain, and this is, you can go back to records up to 600 after Christ. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really long.
So you see, it's
Yes.
a very old breed, and it did have a lot of effects on other ones.
Okay, and the registration, the book, because in Warmlat we are having passports and pedigree. You do have the same thing in the Arabian?
Sure, and it has different reasons. You know, like if we go back again to actually Egypt is famous in the world of Arabians, because this is where it all started.
Okay.
We have the grandson of Muhammad Ali, the ruler of Egypt. His grandson Abbas Pasha, he's the first one who really started collecting breeds from the Bedouins. He was doing trips especially to collect the horses, collect the information about them, write down in his book and all the details, which family this one belongs to, and what is this family known for. You know, like one is known for the very dark skin, one is known that her tail carriage used to be extremely high, to the point it carries the side of the dress the people were wearing at this time and lifting it up. So it's like different characteristics. He was getting all the records, all the information, and he started to register it officially in a stud book in Egypt since then.
Okay.
So this is when we started having serious details about who's the father, who's the mother,
the
size,
pedigree.
the dam, the
So,
pedigree.
Probably this is much before the warm blood horses. So it starts
I
with the
believe
Arabians and then.
And of course, you know, with like everything, like people, and of course, like with the Arabians, like with all breeds, you know, like things gets more modernized. You have now the microchip; it's being planted instead of having this
Stamps
they used to do. Yes, it's very
I was
painful,
feeling
huh?
painful and looking ugly actually. When you
Exactly,
look, it's
about
white
me.
color on maybe bay horse or other. Maybe on white horse is not that bad, but I mean on bay horse, black
Yes.
horse, or chestnut horse, it's not that
It's
nice.
not that attractive, but
I am
for
very
them,
happy
they were
they did.
feeling proud, you know, like
Yeah.
I have a stamped horse.
Stamp
but-
horse, yes.
Yeah, there are much better ways now with the microchips. And then, of course, you get the registration record. And even as a stud farm, you get your own book in the agricultural system of your country. And in the international system, of course, we all are connected. You know, like
Nice.
there are straight Egyptian or even Arabians are bred all over the world. So how do I know this is a pure breed? Even in, like for European country, they do have in each country their own registration office where they prove this is a horse that belongs to this blah 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 father and mother and.
Okay, that's very nice.
But you know, your question actually is very interesting to take us what is useful about the pedigree.
Yeah.
I think it is for the warm blood.
Yes, sure. Yes, it's exactly the same. So you know who is the mother, who is the father, and they are selecting. If they are having beautiful mother, she's a super jumper, or you go into dressage super mover. You connect them with father, which is the same. And now there is crisscross. They like to put one line of dressage lines to the jumping, so they have. Beautiful look, elasticity, and then a super jump and scope. So probably the same. You combine the Egyptians, the Arabians.
Yes, it's the same. Then you have the father and mother who are representing 50% of the genes of this mare.
Yeah, okay.
So the father is 50%, the mother is 50%. Then we go to the upper generation, which are the grandparents. You have 25% for each one of the grandparents.
Okay.
If you go to a third generation, they represent 12% or 12.5% of each of the mare that is standing in front of you.
Yes. So then you can have a color, right? You can
exactly
have high chances of having color you want, right?
The color,
and the look and the size, maybe.
Big eyes, small ears, maybe very solid conformation. Because sometimes, you know, like as much as a fashion, it became people are more looking into the beauty of the head and forgetting somehow about the conformation. But some horses you need to bring them back, or some lines you need to bring them back into your pedigree because they have solid conformation, they have good conformation, they have solid legs, correct movement, for example. So this is how you pick, you know, like you have a
it's
certain...
very interesting because then you can really create something unique.
That's absolutely true. But, you know, like it's as well very interesting because you take a decision, you breed your mare and you have to wait 11 months.
That's very long.
Till you have the baby
You have to be very patient.
You have to be very patient. That's a very good comment. You know, many of the breeders nowadays, they lost the patient anymore. They want the end result to go to the show. I want to go to the competition. I want to have the beauty and then I just go compete and win the prize. But I admire our old breeders and those who made history actually for the Arabian horse and for any other breed because it's the same, I'm quite sure.
So be patient and take your time.
And make sure all your target is to produce a correct horse, a functioning horse. Yes, of course, with beauty, because this is what you trigger in the extra part you trigger in the Arabian, their beauty and their pride and so on. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to be patient with it. Sometimes you do a cross and you get a very nice result. Sometimes you do the cross and the result is awful. But genetically, the paper says it should be good. So why not try again if you're so convinced?
And it happens that you did the same and the babies, they came different. I mean, the same mother and the same father, and one baby can be beautiful and the other can be a bit ugly.
Yes, it did happen. You know, like same cross 3 times. I had one flea bitten with a very exotic head, very special, but she had a weak point of having a little bit of a weak back.
Okay.
I had from the same combination, same mothers and sire. I had a bay one, very solid body, a very long neck, a powerful movement, but the head was not as exotic.
Wow.
So a bay to a flea bitten, you know, same father, same mother. So you have,
maybe it's been a luck as well. You mean it can be a bit of luck, or there is no luck in it?
I think, of course, there is a bit of luck in it because, okay, you study, you visit a lot of breeding farms, and that's the advice for any breeder of straight Egyptian or or any other breed. You know, like the more you watch,
first before you take any decision.
Exactly. Watch carefully. What is the advantage of the stallion you're going to be using? What will he produce? What is his dominant characteristics that he gives to his offsprings? And then you make your breeding decision accordingly. So you're studying, you're doing your best. You're not just blindly, you know, saying, okay, I picked the stallion on this and let's see what happens. So you do your studies, you read well your pedigree, which is the father-mother story. And here it comes as well that a mare has to really represent her pedigree. You know, like sometimes you say, this mare has this mother and this sire, or this dam and this sire, but she looks very different. So I cannot, when I choose for her, treat her like that she's representing this family in particular. I have to check where her look came from.
The generation before, the grandparents and great grandparents.
Exactly. And then
it's very interesting.
And then from that you can take the decision. So it's a lot of study, but then the result can be very surprising at the end of the day.
Wow.
Like if I had the bay mare born before the flea bitten, maybe I wouldn't have repeated. But as I had the flea bitten born first, I decided to repeat. You see? So I believe if you're convinced of it, at least you give it three trials as a minimum.
Okay.
Yes, chance. You know,
and
like
then 3 years. So you have to be very patient.
Actually, it's longer than 3 years because you don't want to treat them like they are producing machines. So you know, like you take break in the middle.
So it is long process and needs a lot of patience.
Yes, that's true.
But the results are
fantastic.
They are.
And they take your heart. They fill your time. And
I did enjoy watching them really. And again, thank you for having us there because
it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure.
Amazing.
Actually, we were very happy to have you with us.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
So we would like to also say that if you have any comments and would you like to ask about anything, always feel free to ask and comment, and maybe then later on we can show you whatever you want to see. Maha, again, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome, dear.
And
it's my pleasure having you with us.
I hope you like it, and maybe you will go into the Egyptian world and you will be Egyptian. Sorry, again, the Arabians, straight Egyptians. I'm always mixed up with it. But I mean the Arabians world. Regardless, is the Egyptian, Polish, and any other. You said Russian, right? Yes, though there is many breeds, so stay with us, please, and let us know what we'd like to see the next time.